Team, let's spend a minute about how to apologize. You know, inevitably we're going to have an opportunity where something hasn't gone exactly right. Could be with a move-in, could be with a service ticket, something in which we didn't exactly execute the way we wanted to. And more importantly, a resident has recognized it and brought it to our attention, and they're asking for help. Let's start with, I'm sorry. Let's recognize to our customer and our resident that we realize we could have done better and we want to fix it. If we start with an apology, we're 50% of the way there already. That just puts the person on the other end that something hasn't gone right, that puts them at ease, that they realize that we know we have an opportunity to improve, and then we can work towards how we make it better.
ARC is our framework for service recovery. The A, R, and C stand for apologize, recover, and complete. In most situations, the A, apologize, and C, complete, will look pretty similar. The recovery will depend on the situation, and we will have other playbook videos to discuss what specific recoveries might look like.
Let's talk about some key steps in delivering a sincere apology to your resident. The first step is not to say anything and only to listen. Once the resident has had the chance to speak their mind, next, start with an I'm sorry. Acknowledge what we did incorrectly. Avoid explaining why the error occurred. There's no reason to say, our systems were down on that day, or I just found out about that 5 minutes ago. There's no need to blame someone else, saying, sorry, the rent is decided by revenue management, or the Denver office tells me that that's how I have to do it. Let's take ownership over our mistake. Also avoid minimizing the resident's issue. Don't tell them it's not a big deal and not to worry about it. These are our residents' homes, and they have a right to be concerned about their quality.
R is for recover. Our recovery will look different depending on what issue our resident is facing, but there are a few things that will always be in common. First, we want to communicate openly with the resident, keeping them informed as much as possible. This means voice-to-voice contact. We can't recover from bad service over email. Second, we want our team to be aware. That might mean discussing the issue in stand-up or making sure to give your RPM a call. Third, we want to be very clear who has ownership of getting the situation resolved.
C is for complete. At this point, we've recovered from the situation. We've finally got a resident moved in after an unexpected hurdle, we've fixed their service request, or we've also fixed their ledger. We're not done though until we make sure that the resident is satisfied. Ideally, we'd knock on the door or speak to the resident face-to-face, but a phone call is also okay, depending on the situation, whether it be the SM, CM, or the person who owned the recovery checking in. Once we get the residents okay, the service recovery is finally complete.